Welcome back, welcome back. Shout out to the Wolves. Salute to the ninjas. So I just had a really good thought in my head. I was thinking about a Bible verse. Obviously, you might be able to tell because of the title. Probably why you clicked on. Anyway, it's just a theory. The Bible says the Lord had, 12 special sons. Alright? And those special sons are the house of the Lord. Now, just like any pyramid in the world, there's a hierarchy. Most people on the bottom and one guy on top. Like the Lord. How the Lord said, there's only one me. And everyone else I give orders to, they go and do shit. That's how you should know I'm the one. Because I tell people what to do. So, he made Judah, Judah Lion, king of the jungle. He's obviously the king of the people, right? And the Lord said, Judah, not all of them, it said, Judah shall never wax pale. So that means the people, they looked a certain way, and then they're not always going to look that way. And so I said to myself, well, how will I know? And I said, well, you got to use more scriptures. And I said, well, it did say, David, cursed, you fucking heathen. You wanted to steal that guy's wife. And you sent him into war because you was big dog. So you're cursed that in the future, your sons and your bloodline, they're gonna go down by the sword. Period. That's their destiny. Because you wanted to be the leader. So it's like usually the leader gets the most punishment in God's eyes. In man's eyes, when you're the leader, you blame everyone else. Like you're not the one telling everybody what to fucking do. Anyway, so the Lord said, your line, sound the horns, your line will be stricken down into this curse as, one of them smarting the fuck up. Because I'm gonna have to send somebody down there in your bloodline to take a dive because of your dumbass. The big bro G, big JC. He came out the loins of David, right? And what happened to him? Oh, he went down as a peaceful man and he died by swords. Oh, okay. So, if you believe in the big dog JC, well then you believe the curse of David and that his line would be stricken down by the sword. Now, men have switched from swords to swords. And it started to occur to me a long time ago. Looking at other, like, JC ass niggas, like Malcolm. He kind of went down with a sword, but he didn't do anything to anybody. Martin went down by a sword. He didn't do anything to anybody. And many other people went down by a sword, but they're not famous. You get it? And to this day, we got like Chicago and Jersey and New York, and niggas is just blicking each other right into the grave. Besides all the nations blicking your ass into their grave too. You know, everybody else is pounding your ass into the floor, and you pounding yourself into the floor. All by the sword. It said you'll be out in the corners like wild bulls. Yeah, I kind of see those things happening. Anyway, so as I began to, I'm losing my main point too. As I began to think about how Jacob shall never wax pale and all these things, I said, yeah. How can that be true? You know, if there was, like, what if you know you gotta get these 12 tribes of people, right? And when you do, it's like the Power Rangers. You are not shit without the Red Ranger. You know what I mean? Well, the Green Ranger really, because he took over and became the White Light Ranger, the Lion Zord. You know, Tommy became the main nigga. And without Tommy, the Power Rangers would have been over fucking season fucking 3. Are you fucking kidding me? That boy carried the Power Rangers till I was a grown ass man. He was still a Power Ranger. I said, damn, that's a fucked up contract. You forced to be a nigga. Anyway, and I said to myself, how can the Lord make this true? Because, you know, he has a hand in everything. And then I said to myself, wouldn't the enemy, you know, want to fuck that up? And then I said, yes, they really would. But at the same time, the Most High said he controls emotions, you know, how you feel. So more than likely, people are going to hate the king. You know? You're going to hate that guy. You're going to hate all those. You're going to hate all of them. Because at any moment, they could birth the one. What he does, I have no idea. But I know more than likely, you know, if JC had to go down, I don't think the Lord's going to keep repeating himself. So, that got me thinking, like, I wonder if the world will resemble what the Lord, you know, the Lord cursed David, you know, and Jacob, to go through Jacob's pressure. That's hard times, that's real hard times, you know, where they're going to box your ass in. And it made me think, like, there would have to be programs, you know, there would have to be, something like Cain. When the Lord cursed Cain, he did it in such a way that as soon as you see him, you know he's cursed by the Lord. And you know what I mean? Ain't no second guessing it. The Lord is so smart that he does things where everyone will know. And since the enemy copies him, they're going to mark you where everyone will know not to be with you. And I said, what better way than poverty? Without hatred, racism, natural reality indicates if you're poor, you know, you're damn near worthless to society. You know what I mean? That's one way to, you know, foolishly not realizing, like, yeah, you can't go here. You can't have other women. You're a nigga. You gonna make $0 an hour and love it. And then you get free, we're gonna make it work better than everybody else, but you get it? So no matter how much you do, your ass is always gonna be where you get railroaded out of jobs and, you know, all these little things. And it made sense to me. I said, oh, is that why I can't be mad at certain brothers and sisters that actually get to middle class? And because they're not David. They're not Jake. You're Levi. You're fucking Issachar. You're Daniel or whatever. Daniel was supposed to be one of the hardest working of the sons of all of them. He's like the backbone, foundational worker. He's the definition. Like, if you want to learn how to work and fucking go study him, I think it is. I think, cause swears Daniel. I could be wrong though. No, I think it's Gad. I think it was Gad. Gotta do some reading, freshen up my memory on the 12 brothers. Finish reading, you know what I mean? Shit. And I said, yeah, that makes sense. I said, there are some type of black men that, you know, they are it's like every man. You got the workers, you got the dudes that are fucking, I'm athletic and I'm gonna be more than just a worker because of entertaining things or whatever, my looks, and you're gonna get that unfair advantage. But your unfair advantage looking good doesn't beat me when it comes to you having to rely on yourself, you know? Everyone has an advantage. The dude that works hard, he has an advantage. He's gonna go to work and he has nobody to worry about. He's never gonna say, hey. He might, you know, average men, we get fucked up, but a person that's living off looks and talent, that shit only goes so far, dog. You know, like a guy living off his sex, I'm gonna be a homosexual. That shit only work until you're fucking 30, nigga. That time you 30, bitches don't want to hear that shit no more. Like, nigga, you ain't got no job, you ain't got no nothing. Nigga, dick is easy and cheap, nigga. You can get it anywhere, nigga. Anyway, so it made sense to me why certain laws are in place, because of enmity. And, you know, the Most High is so smart that he's like, I'm gonna make you, I control you. You have free will, but I control you, whether you like it or not. When it comes to the overall things, I run shit. That's what nobody gets. Most High run shit. And when people think they run shit, we're gonna do, no, he's gonna place ideas in your fucking head, and you're gonna do them thinking that you came up with the idea. Nah, you didn't. Just like I just saw recently, this is getting blocked. Found out about the skull, the chip, the skull to voice technology or whatever. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Go look it up. If man can do it, my father ain't the inventor of it. Come on, stop. He was talking to niggas in their mind the whole time. You got niggas, imagine seeing Moses or fucking any one of the people of the Bible, and there's no one there and they're fucking talking to them. So you be like, that nigga crazy. This nigga is crazy. He's sitting there talking to a burning bush. What the fuck? This nigga sitting there talking to the waters. He's sitting there talking to the air. What the fuck? Get this nigga a straight jack. Motherfuckers will tell you animals don't talk. Motherfucking snake. I ain't never seen a snake talk. A parakeet can talk. A bird can talk though, right, nigga? Shut your dumb ass up. And just tell me that it's just cause. It's just the way it is. Parakeets, birds can talk just cause. Cause of what? Cause God said so. And when God say no more, it's no more. This is what it is. Sound the horns, long range. So, sound the horns, close range. That got me thinking about how many, another theory of mine, how many of us look like you? Anybody that you're watching, I don't care if you're an African, I don't care if you're an Italian, I don't care if you're Spanish, it doesn't matter what it is. That book said those people went to the four corners of everybody's nation, and it said, if you have a wife, other niggas gonna sleep with her. Period. You're cursed like that. You're cursed that they're gonna hate you so much. You know what I mean? And people just don't get this. That's not just slavery, dog. The word hunky is not invented to describe a white person as a corny ass nigga or some. No, a hunky means you honk your horn in front of my house and tell my wife or my sister to come outside so I can pay my rent. So this has been going on the whole time. And now all they gotta do is say, "I'll fly you out, girl." The average Jake, the average David Bloodline nigga, you don't stand a chance against these nations. They got your ass cornered. Probably barely make enough money, and if you do make money, you ain't got the Lord in you anyway, so they want you to be around all that goofy shit. Bet you won't be around no Most High shit, though. I bet you that. I bet you they trying to get your ass to wax pale. And then I thought of, what about the Most High? How many times the Most High step in? You know, like a man that every time he can have babies, he knows, but he can't have babies. For some odd reason, everybody either chooses to get rid of them, or when they want to have them, they miscarry the motherfucker. Or maybe it's the Lord over them and pushing things like, nah, dog, you ain't allowed to have babies with them. It's written. You are not gonna wax pale, and if you keep going after them, you're never having kids. You're done. You can say you don't love your black woman no more, but you don't have a choice, nigga. You're gonna go back and claim her again. I don't care how crazy she is. I don't care about the perms, the weaves. You better go figure it out. Just like I told Adam, punk ass, you better go get your bitch from him. Both cursed together. So I don't want to hear that unfair shit. Oh, he did it. She did it. Don't both y'all gotta deal with it? Alright, so who give a fuck who did what? Both y'all gotta deal with it. You're gonna learn today. You're gonna learn what the big Lord looked like today. So then that got me thinking, you know, cause for a while I was couple years back, I was exploring the Latino community. You know, always been a big fan. A lot of different ways. You know, not just I like your women. No, the culture is fucking very entwined with the book. The values that I seen, you know, what is stereotypical known for, you know, values to the book, family, and, you know, niggas will fucking pile into one apartment, be there for like 3-4 years, and then own a house and be stunting on everybody on the block, laughing at them like, yo, what y'all thought we was gonna stay in there forever? What y'all thought we was doing in there? Playing around? I always respected that about y'all. Other people laugh and make fun of that shit. Oh, it's like 12 of them in one apartment. Yeah, and that rent paid on time. Niggas ain't got to worry about nothing. That's why they partying all the time. That's why they chill, because they always got money in their pocket. Make sure to take care of each other with the old ways. Each other. Chip in. So, that led me down the rabbit hole of Dominicans, and that rabbit hole led me to, you know, find out a lot of them have black daddies. And then, you know, I'm a history type person, so, you know, I don't just, the reason I know people's cultures is because I want to know what happened to my people. So when I study slavery and then find out, oh, we went over there, I gotta go look over there and see what's over there. I gotta go look over there, and then I have to learn about what's over there and what's going on over there. Get it? And then when you see it, you're like, oh my God, Denzel Washington time. Denzel Washington, you motherfucker. You know, but I ain't Denzel, so I can't do nothing. And then I learned how, you know, everyone bred with us, some way down the line. Y'all can stun if y'all want. And then the one y'all breed with us with, they get subjugated just like us, pushed to the side. Then I started hearing about revolutions and shit where they look like you, but they're really me. And then they help us because you're racism. And I said, yo, the Lord is so funny. That's why he said, don't judge, you know, the flesh. Judge the soul. Judge what they do. Because you may look like something, but that may not be who you think you are. That may not. No, you shake that family tree long enough, and you gonna find out that you ain't what you think you is. Anyway, so I was thinking about the other brothers, and I said, that means they're definitely going to wax pale. Maybe not all of them, because most people in all cultures love their people and want to mate with their own people. There's only 10 to 20% of us, or probably less, that actually go outside that. And to me, I think that's because of the different blood that's actually within people. Because it always baffled me. Why, it ain't got to be everybody neither. It always baffled me how certain demographics, the small ones, they're like, yo, I don't know what it like. You ever hear the old corny shit about the white girls? I don't know what it is. I just like black guys. If you go down your family tree, you're probably black. You just don't know it. Probably got a great grandpappy that's fucking black. They just took him out the history book, They don't talk about him. That's how you got to be free. When I learned those things, I said, that's crazy how no matter who we are, we all kind of the same, even though we're different, Then it made a good point in my brain. I said, what better way for the Lord to get his word across the entire world, Because I don't think if you really pay attention to how the Bible's really written, he didn't have Moses walking around writing shit. He didn't have dudes writing shit, dog. He said, go do this, motherfucker. Because what I'm going to have you do, people are going to talk about this forever. Because you are my Bible. The world, the people are my Bible. The world ain't going to forget what the fuck I do. Motherfuckers going to make up stories about how it sound horns. It may and ain't true. But everything about the Bible is being proven true. And because it's a story, people take that story and says it has to only be by that book. No, the story was told before there was a book created, dog. The living word. Because he chose a people to be his book, you goofy ass niggas. That's why it don't matter what y'all hide, rewrite, or whatever. You've already put the book, you put pages of the book off to the world. Good morning.
What happened to the guy?
Yeah, his son passed away. Yeah, I'm not sure how though. I never talked to him.
You not talk to him?
Yeah, I'm probably going to ask him later on today. I didn't want to just, it's so early and everything. So I was just going to wait like a day or two and then ask him. Because I want to know, too. He was young, I heard. He's only like 35. That's crazy. Moment of silence for fathers losing their sons. Only at 30, 35 years old. Sad when you got to bury your own son, I know what that's like to keep losing children, so things like that don't affect me as much as it used to, I used to hear shit like that and be all devastated, but going through it multiple times makes a nigga just like, yeah, you alright, nigga, shut the fuck up. You got to see that nigga live for 35 years, nigga. I can't even see the nigga come out the womb. Shut your bitch ass up. I don't even mean to be so mean, but I know I'm mean, but I really don't give a fuck. You had the beauty and the privilege to even see him get raised, and nigga probably got his balls licked, graduated high school, drove a car, you know what I mean? Other niggas don't even get to see their children, ever. They don't even get born. So, count your blessings. I think that's what that means. I think that's what my father said Spend time with your family while you can, because when I call their ass home, ain't nothing you could do about it but get mad at me and not understand why. Complain like they got it bad. When you're the one that gotta wipe your ass every day. You're the one that gotta feel sad. You think dead people are feeling sad? I don't think they are. I think their fucking suffering of this realm is over. Unless the Lord sends you back. You know what I mean? I'm not sure how that all goes. Frankly, don't care. Anyway, we'll talk more about this Judah waxing pale and the tribes. I gotta get back to studying. I realize I've been vacating and just, doing me. Trying to learn and go, but I need to just take a break. Like I've been doing. Anyway, all love, all praise to the Most High.